Welcome back to G Fun Facts Online, where we dive deep into the wonders of science and history. Today, we're traveling back in time, way back, to the dawn of our ancient relatives. Imagine the shores of Lake Victoria in Kenya, not as they are today, but as they were nearly 3 million years ago. Recent archaeological bombshells from this very region are flipping our understanding of early human ancestors on its head, especially when it comes to what they ate and the incredible tools they invented. Get ready, because this story changes everything. Our story centers on a site called Nyayanga, on Kenya's Homa Peninsula. Archaeologists there have hit the jackpot, unearthing a treasure trove of stone artifacts and animal fossils, dating back an astounding 2.6 to 3 million years. These aren't just any old rocks and bones, they're clues that offer profound new insights into the lives of early hominins. Among the star finds are some of the oldest examples ever discovered of the Oldowan toolkit. Now, toolkit might sound advanced, but these were the Swiss Army knives of their day, a monumental leap in technology. Think three main types: hammerstones for pounding, cores, which are like the parent rocks, and sharp flakes, struck from those cores, used for cutting and scraping. What's truly mind-blowing is that the Nyayanga tools push back the known use of this sophisticated technology by hundreds of thousands of years. Before this, the oldest Oldowan tools we knew of were about 2.6 million years old, from way over in Ethiopia. Nyayanga tells us these early innovators were more widespread, and using these tools much earlier than we ever imagined. But here's where it gets even more astonishing. Nyayanga provides the oldest clear evidence we have of hominins systematically butchering and processing truly massive animals. We're talking megafauna. Picture this. Among the fossils, scientists found the remains of at least 3 hippopotamuses. And 2 of these hippo skeletons weren't just lying there, they had clear signs of butchery. We're talking deep cut marks on a rib, a series of parallel slices on a shin bone, unmistakable evidence that stone flakes were used to carve away meat. They also found antelope bones with similar marks, even signs of being crushed with hammerstones, likely to get at the highly nutritious marrow inside. Access to such large animals would have been a caloric goldmine, a significant new energy source for these early hominins. And these tools weren't just for meat. By analyzing the wear patterns on some of the 30 stone tools they closely examined, researchers found they were also used to pound and process plant materials. Think tough tubers, roots, and fruits. This shows just how versatile the Oldowan technology was, allowing these hominins to tap into a much wider buffet of food from their environment. And here's a detail to chew on. All this culinary activity happened long before the controlled use of fire. That means everything, including that hippo steak, was on the menu raw. Pounding it might have made it a bit easier to eat. Now, this is where the story takes a fascinating detective novel twist. Who exactly was making and using these groundbreaking tools? For a long time, the development of Oldowan tools has been primarily linked to our direct ancestors, the genus Homo. But at Nyayanga, alongside the tools and butchered bones, researchers found 2 massive molar teeth. And these teeth didn't belong to Asterix Homo, they belonged to Asterix Paranthropus, an extinct hominin cousin, sort of like a side branch on our family tree, not directly leading to us. In fact, these are the oldest Paranthropus fossils ever found. So we have Paranthropus remains right there at the crime scene, so to speak, with all these sophisticated tools. This has ignited a huge whodunit. It seriously challenges the old idea that only Asterix Homo species had the brains and dexterity for tool-making. While it's not definitive proof that Paranthropus made these specific tools, they are now prime suspects. Some scientists are even suggesting that perhaps multiple hominin groups were independently making and using these tools around the same time. How cool is that? The Nyayanga finds also redraw the map for early Oldowan technology. Before this, the earliest examples were mostly found in the Afar Triangle of Ethiopia, which is over 1,300 kilometers, or about 800 miles away. Discovering these tools way down in southwestern Kenya shows that this key technological innovation was much more widely distributed and at an earlier date than we previously thought. It's also important to see these Kenyan discoveries in a broader context of early tool innovation. There are even older, though simpler, stone tools known as Lomekwian tools. These were found at another Kenyan site, Lomekwi 3, and date back to an incredible 3.3 million years ago. The Lomekwian tools actually predate the earliest known fossils of the genus Times-Hogoax. They're generally larger, cruder than Oldowan tools, and were likely made using different techniques like bashing a stone against a stationary anvil. This suggests the very capacity for tool-making might have emerged even before our own genus, Homo, stepped onto the evolutionary stage. You might be wondering, how do scientists know all this stuff with such precision, especially the dates? Well, the meticulous work at Nyayanga involved a combination of cutting-edge techniques. They analyzed ancient volcanic ash layers, which can be dated very accurately. They also looked at reversals in the Earth's magnetic field recorded in the sediments, a technique called paleomagnetism. And they examined the types of fossilized animals found alongside the tools, because the evolutionary timelines of many animal species are relatively well established. It's like piecing together a giant prehistoric puzzle. So, what does all this mean? These remarkable discoveries in Kenya are forcing a major rethink of early hominin intelligence, their adaptability, and the absolutely crucial role that tool use played in their survival and evolution. The ability to butcher huge animals and process tough plants would have unlocked entirely new food sources, opening up new ecological niches. This expanded diet, made possible by these simple stone knives and pounders, likely provided the essential energy needed to support growing brains and developing bodies. This was a pivotal step on the long, winding path toward modern humans. The ongoing research in Kenya continues to shed light on the deep, complex, and surprisingly dynamic history of our ancestors and their relatives. It's a reminder that there's still so much to discover about where we came from. That's all for this episode of G Fun Facts Online. Join us next time for more amazing insights. Thanks for listening.